Hello everyone, Rosabel's here to show you my logos and Wisadel materials / trust farms for this Chapter 14 open event. As with all my character-based trust farms, I'm working on the assumption that your characters have no masteries or modules and are at most E2 level 60. I will be giving alternatives for all other units used in each trust farm, and feel free to leave comments if you have any questions or need any help. Starting with the Aketon farm, I selected stage 14-9 because of the common drop. It costs 3 extra sanity, but honestly, you mostly get 6 out of 6, so it's pretty much worth it. For this, it's going to be 4 operators. I selected Logos, skill 1. Masteries are not really required, even without his module. Wisadel, skill 3. Again, masteries not required. Mountain skill 2 or your best lane holder, although if you're using someone a bit more expensive than Mountain, you might have to bring a Vanguard with you. And Ptilopsis, any skill 2, skill 1, preferably if she has modules, go ahead and give her a module. You can also use any healer you want, but if you're working with lower mastery logos, like logos without the mastery, you might want to need Ptilopsis to speed up his unlimited duration skill. If you don't have enough DPS between them, optionally, you can bring an ambusher. So like you can bring Ascalon skill 1 or even Ethan skill 1 to help out with the DPS. I'll show you where to put them down later. But this should be it. Let's start. If you're using Mountain, I like to wait until we get to around 15 DP before we deploy him. It will take him a while to get his skill up, but basically we don't want him to die before we put down our healer. The healer's sole focus is to keep Mountain alive. So you can put Ptilopsis over here. It's okay if Ptilopsis can't reach these other 2 lanes, it's fine. Her main goal is to keep Mountain alive and to make sure that their skills charge faster. Once Mountain skill is finally active, go ahead and activate him, and he should be able to take care of that lane. Next, once you reach 20 or 21 DP, put down Logos over here to start charging up his skill. And finally, we'll put down Wisadel just above Logos over here. So they're going to be taking care of these guys over here. So if you don't know, these guys pick up these things and they drop them off somewhere and they make the tornado go bigger and in the less convenient place. We want to make sure that this stays over here. So we're going to be spawn killing these guys in this row. Now, if you don't have enough DPS between Wisadel and Logos, let's say you don't have enough masteries on them yet, you can put an ambusher over here facing up to slow them down and deal some extra damage. So Ascalon and Ethan are very good for that because they also bind. We're going to do a quick activation of Wisadel's skill to kill this guy. But once he's dead, just deactivate her skill and recharge it again. Having Ptilopsis on the team, in case you don't know, she helps speed up auto-recovery skills. So you can have Wisadel's skill right back up by the time the next wave of those big guys come along. Logo skill should be active at this point, so it should be able to take care of the guys as they pass by down here. This guy will attack Mountain, but between Mountain self-healing and Ptilopsis, he shouldn't die. When these guys come out, go ahead, activate the Wisadel. Getting tongue twisted. And they should be able to handle these guys. No problem. Like I said before, if you're not confident in your DPS or if someone gets really close to leaving Logos's attack range, you can just put an ambusher over here facing up just to make sure everything is safe. But this is pretty much stable.
Every incantation I wrote was utilized by
Alright. Next, for compound cutting fluid, I selected 14-15, generally because of ease of stage and because I don't like fighting bosses for farming materials. We're only going to use 3 units for this. So again, Logo skill 1, you can do this with skill rank 7. Wisadel skill 3, again, you can do this with skill rank 7. And your best healer. Doesn't have to be Nightingale. It can be Aya Altar if you have her. Shining even. I prefer Nightingale because of the arts resist and because she can heal both at the same time. But just bring whoever you want. Yeah, that should be it. Again, we want to wait a little bit past 20. So I wait around 25 or 26 DP here before you put down logos because this guy will start attacking logos. So you want to have enough time before you put down your healer.
This is the battlefield.
Again, we're going to wait for logo skill to active. So while waiting for that, put down Wisadel over here, facing up.
Wow. Looks awful.
Now, the rest of this stage until the very end is pretty much AFK, so we can just wait. Just chill. There we go, it's active now. Like I said, if you don't have him at Mastery 3 yet, it is fine. This also works with him at skill rank 7. It's just so that when I record it, it just so happens that when I recorded it, he's already at Mastery 3. So it took a bit of time. Alright, once all of these guys come out, activate Wisadel and just delete them. There we go. There's sometimes a chance that the enemy in this bottom corner doesn't get defeated by Wisadel because the explosion is a bit RNG. It's fine. It will just attack here, but you have your healer anyway to make sure that they don't die. So it shouldn't be an issue at all. The end game is still the same.
Guess what I used to paint them.
Cool. And finally, we have the integrated devices. For this, I'm going to be using chapter 14-16. For this, I'm going to be using 3 units. So you have Logos skill 1. Again, you can do this without masteries. Wisadel skill 3. Again, you can do this without masteries. And I'm going to be using Mlynar as my burst damage. This only needs to be used at the start. So you can use Mlynar. If you have Kirin Ariato skill 3 is perfect. If you have Texas de Omertosa, skill 3 is perfect. If you don't have any of those units, if you have someone like Ascalon, skill 2 or 3, just bring a Vanguard because she's quite expensive. Or you can use Silver Ash, Surtur, anyone who can deal burst damage at the start. The only purpose that they have is to defeat the enemies at the very start. So you don't need to, if they're expensive, just bring a Vanguard to speed it up. But the rest of the stage will be done by Logos and Wisadel. So yeah, that should be it. So these guys in the start are annoying. If you're using Mlynar, just put them down here, facing the left. If you're using Kirin Ariato or Texas de Omertosa, just heli drop either Kirin Ariato over here, facing up, to deal damage. And then for Texas, drop her over here to deal damage to the square and deal damage to these two. Basically, they absorb these things, these Beyblade dreidel looking things. So you don't necessarily have to destroy these, you just have to kill this guy. So for this case, I'm going to be using Mlynar. I'll wait until they've absorbed everything before I activate his skill. In the meantime, we're going to gather DP for Logos first so that he could charge his skill. There, they're gathering it. Mlynar won't die immediately. If you're using, again, Yato skill 3, once they're aligned again over here, she should refresh, so you just use her. Otherwise, go ahead and use Mlynar once they're aligned again and get rid of them. There we go. That's it. That's all their uses.
Trash the mission briefing.
Wisadel facing up to charge her skill. More important though is Logos. So we just wait and just let them kill the rest of the Beyblades. We don't want these guys to stay on the field for too long, especially later on, because there's going to be an army of those 4 guys coming in, and you really don't want them to be powered up because they're going to deal a lot of damage to these 2 units. Alright, Logos is ready. Hold off on Wisadel's skill first. Let's just wait. Don't worry about these guys. Logos will surely delete them. Both of them will delete them. And when those
So
guys
you
pop
wrapped
up,
your
just
brain.
activate
So
Wisadel's
focused
skill
on the ground.
and just let them get deleted.
Forgotten.
They shouldn't hurt your units because they didn't absorb any of the Dreidels / Beyblades, so you should be perfectly fine. Very easy.
Every incantation I wrote was utilized by you.
And that's it for my material / trust farms. Hope you guys are enjoying the event. Hope you're having fun with your shiny new Wisadel and logos. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!